Welcome into today's 15-minute weather edition. I'm Meteorologist John Zeigler. First off, I hope you're having a great Friday. Here's how this is going to work for the 15 minutes. I'll give you a decently fast forecast. We'll take a look, at some of the rainfall totals that we saw last night. We'll get you the forecast. Then we'll take a look around the national area or the nation. We'll look at some drought conditions. Then we'll nerd out a little bit. We'll talk about hurricanes going on if you just want to learn about all the weather going on. And we'll talk about even our fall conditions and some climatology data. So I got a lot here. Let's get to the forecast first, and then we'll move to the nerdy stuff. So I'm going to bounce off here, but you can see the heaviest rain yesterday was clearly right here. Hutchinson, Waconia, LeSueur, McLeod County, Carver County, and then again, just down to the southeast, so even like Lakeville area, we had quite a bit of rain down towards Lakeville and areas like that. So like Hastings, for example, maybe Shakopee, another good spot for heavy rain. But yeah, some of those counties, obviously Dakota County, Scott County, Carver, Sibley County also saw quite a bit of rain. And we'll zoom around. So speaking of Sibley County, let's get on in here. So there's McLeod County. That's where I thought we saw the most rain. So what I'm going to do is just going to take a chunk of the area. And what this is going to do here is this takes an average. See, I was surprised. I thought that'd be a little higher. So 0.5 is what we saw around Glencoe. But if you look at specific spots, if you have a rain gauge in here, you might notice that there's some spots with heavier rain. So there's Glencoe. So if I look at in between Glencoe and Hutchinson, for example, this was a 1.5-inch band. But Glencoe itself picked up about 0.7. Hutchinson picked up 0.5. So it depended on where you were at. Still, half an inch is pretty good. Let's go over to Carver County. This is another spot that picked up a decent chunk of rain. So Lester Prairie saw, let's see how much Lester Prairie saw. 0.6. Waconia picked up about 0.4. Jordan, down towards Jordan, 0.5. And then as we get closer to the actual metro, you can see these are some totals in the metro. Clearly a little bit broken. The airport itself, which is obviously right here, picked up about 0.33. I just popped on air for like 10 seconds. So 0.33. We'll click the airport just so we can do that. So there's the airport, 0.2. But yeah, in the metro, just not as much rain. So this is more in 0.4, not bad. Go out here towards Plymouth, again, 0.3, 0.4, yeah. So it looks like the metro for the most part. If I take an average, I'll go back. We'll take the average of the Twin Cities. We'll zoom out and just do the metro. And we'll see how much rain fell on average across the metro depending on where you live. 0.3. So about 1/3 of an inch of rain fell if you live in the box from Minnetonka down towards Shakopee, Egan, you name it, Stillwater, Hastings, whatever. But a little bit more rain, like I said, to the south. Okay, let's move on here. This is look at some of the cool shots this morning. Lows at 49 degrees, a chilly morning, but the bigger story here is the wind. Another morning in the 40s due to this strong northwest flow. Again, we have that northwest flow pretty much from Marshall, St. Cloud, and the Twin Cities right now, but it's going to be increasing as we go throughout the day. This wind is only going to strengthen a little bit, so I want you to be kind of aware of that. It is going to be fairly strong winds throughout the day today. As we go through the afternoon, watch the wind speeds. Now, right now, they're at around 18, 19. They're going to strengthen to 20 at times, and then they'll weaken as we go into that 8 to 10 o'clock period. We're going to be at 57 to 58. Cloud cover. Now, the cloud cover today is going to be low clouds. The reason we get low clouds, a couple of reasons here. One, it's colder air mass. So there's a little bit of a sinking mechanism here to this. Cold air sinks. Also, low pressure centers up in Canada. We're changing the types of clouds. So in the summertime, it's more cumulus clouds, right? Those are the big poofy ones. When you get to fall, we get the stratus clouds. Stratus clouds are low, dark clouds. They matter quite a bit because if you get stuck in them, which we could today for a time period, then you really struggle to warm up in that stratus cloud environment. I just don't think we're going to see that much warmth today due to that type of cloud. So there is all, look at that cloud cover. Now if we zoom around, you can see there is a little snow trying to get going in here. How about that? I used to I mean, it's hard to believe 2 months ago I went fishing up here and it was 90 degrees and now they're talking about snow. The weather in Canada is insane. If you think we have crazy weather, whew, Canada, even in the middle of July, it could be 45 degrees in July. Seriously, there's been days up in camp where we have a fire in the middle of July and it'll be 90 down here in the Twin Cities. So the reason we're looking up here, this is your low. Watch the progression of this. Let me just zoom out and kind of look at how a low pressure center actually works. So there's that low pressure center. And I'll pop this on here. So there's the low. There's actually another low. But if you look at how this moves, this was us yesterday, right? See how there's a south wind? So that was us yesterday, right? This is where the storms are going to be because they move off that south wind. This is the boundary, a lot of rain. But if you look behind it, there's still some energy in here, but it looks like it's mainly sprinkle activity, right? You see some sprinkles and some showers and some flurries, but the backside is actually a north wind, right? And then if you keep going, yes, it's a full rotation behind it. So when you look at this is called synoptic scale. That means that you all get impacted by this low pressure center. So you'll see this big rotation. So if you look at like the warmth, right? Let me just circle this. This here, this is called the warm side. Warm. This whole area back here is called the cold side. This I just draw because it's fun. So understand, backside of a low is cold every time. When we're talking large low pressure centers like this one, cold, and that's a C because you guys can't understand if I don't write the C on there. And then this is the warm sector. That's where thunderstorms happen. That's where activity happens. That's where all the weather is. Heavy rain. That was us yesterday in southwest Minnesota. Now, you can get precip on the cold side, but the further you step away from this, the further you move into this cold sector, the drier it gets. And you can actually see as we zoom around here, I'll just zoom up here. This is the high pressure. So now you start getting a high pressure to build back here. So there's your low. Low's going to be spinning around here. And then that high will sneak on in here. And it's going to be moving in towards Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. So we know that high is coming. So when the high comes, we're in what we call transition day. Transition day means it's windy. There's no high, there's no low. There's a low here, there's the high here, we're just in between. Transition days are usually a little bit rough, a little windy. And then as you get into the high, then we'll start seeing things start to warm up. So now you understand that nerdiness, just drawing all over the place. 58 in Alexandria, 59 in the Twin Cities today. We're not going to be able to warm up that much. Again, temperatures are going to struggle to warm because we talked about it. We're in that northwest flow. The closer you get to that low, the colder it's going to be, the gloomier it's going to be. Same with Grand Marais at 47 degrees. Marshall could still make it to 60. We might have a pop of sunshine today. As we roll through the afternoon, there's that heavier rain band. You see that again through 4 o'clock here. These are these little pop-up showers and isolated thunderstorms as we'll see. Okay, showers, not thunderstorms. I changed that word. Just a couple of showers are going to be possible in that neck of the woods. Then as we go into Saturday, we're going to start clearing out. You're going to start seeing the skies clear, and we'll see this as we roll through Saturday. Should get a clear start Saturday morning. The weekend forecast, 64 degrees on Saturday, 66 degrees on Sunday. Saturday, partly sunny skies, it's going to be less windy. Sunday, brighter and a pleasant day. I bet you Sunday is sneaky nice. It's going to be sunny. This is a day where, so today, leave the coats on. It's going to be chilly morning, chilly afternoon. Saturday, I'm not going to go with a sweatshirt in the afternoon. I'll be outside all day. I'm still going to shed the layers a little. Sunday, shed them. 46 in the morning, ooh, chilly. And then the afternoon, 66 and calm, hot. Except, who's going to be outside? There's football on Sunday. Okay, rain chances. Next chance for rain really comes Monday into Tuesday. I'm talking too much. I'm running out of time to nerd out. But again, you'll see that rain chance Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not really. I mean, there's still some possibilities. But look at the weekend. Bone dry there for rain chances. Less than 5% over the weekend. Should be absolutely perfect out there. Long range, warm. Another big story here. Temperatures are going to be warm for a long period. I could show you the 8 to 14. I think I'm running out of time. But again, 8 to 14 days, same deal. It's the same deal. So 2 straight weeks of 70s coming. So if you want to see those yellow jackets, the bees make nests in your house, they're coming. Those yellow jackets, those wasps are going to be out in full force with 70s and sunshine in September. I have 2 of them to deal with at home right now, but clearly. Again, we're looking at some of that warm conditions up towards the Minneapolis area and Pierre. And again, we're going to be continuing to see that warmth up there. Now, as we go into the next 7 days, 59 degrees on Friday, 64 on Saturday. And again, we're going to be seeing temperatures warming by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, that's the beginning of the 70s, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to be well into the 70s here, and we're going to be enjoying this. If I see any rain, I see it Monday night and then Tuesday. That's kind of what I'm looking at here for precipitation chances. Okay, I got one nugget to talk about here, and I think it's important. Now it's the cool weather. It is impacting the fall colors, and you see that in Thief River Falls up here, the northwest pocket of the state. It looks like the northwest pocket of the state is going to be a 10 to 25% change over here. So yes, we are seeing the fall colors actually turn over in northwestern parts of the state already. And if you are in Wisconsin, absolutely nothing. The average fall color peak is going to be mid to late September in Thief River Falls, Bemidji, and Grand Rapids. And as we go here, towards St. Cloud and the Twin Cities, this is where we won't see the changeover until early October is where we're going to get the peaks in October. So areas up towards early October, so we're here in the metro, we're going to see the actual leaves change over here in probably 3 or 4 weeks. I know there are a couple of actual leaves out there that have changed so far. We've seen the maples change. Areas down towards Mankato, Rochester, Menominee. This is where we're going to get it in late October. So middle October, later October, and then, so if you're traveling down towards Wisconsin, you could wait until late October to actually see the full foliage up there. But if you're going to the North Shore, Bemidji, Grand Rapids, International Falls, you absolutely need to plan it now. We've already seen Thief River Falls change over, and areas up there are going to be dealing with fast changing colors over the coming 2 weeks. Brainerd and St. Cloud, this is where we're going to be seeing the changeover happen through the next 4 weeks. Same with the metro. And then Rochester, you got a month till this even starts in Rochester down towards Madison and the La Crosse area. So that's that. Here's your sun angle. Where are we now? Sun angle for everybody. We're starting to get to 40 to 43%. So that sun angle actually dries things out, and that's what actually the number one thing that changes the leaves over is the sun angle. It's not the temperature. You think it's the temperature. No, temperature matters, but only slightly, right? I would say 90%, and this is a made-up percentage, but 90% of the colors and the leaves changing is the sun angle. Have you ever noticed that even when it's 95 degrees through the first week of September, the leaves still change colors? That's because the leaves are set by the sun angle, and then they change a little bit due to the dry period that we're in, wet period that we're in, warm period, or cold period. Those give a little bit of variable to the actual change in the fall foliage. But this is why the colors change for the most part. And that is that actual sun angle. Okay, before we go, really quick look at the hurricane here. So here's Hurricane Kiko, and I want to give you this look at this because it is coming right for Hawaii. And I actually, funny story, kind of not really, we were on our honeymoon, and I think this is wrong, post-tropical storm. Well, what the heck. All right, well, anyways, we're seeing this go into Hawaii, and Hawaii doesn't typically get hurricanes, right? So we are going to be seeing this weekend, and that's because of the body of water outside of Hawaii is cold. So yes, this will be weakening as it works in. But yeah, Category 3, Category 4 hurricane. This thing's going to be ripping to Hawaii, and there's still going to be major impacts. It's probably going to be a tropical storm by the time we get there. All right, well, sorry for a couple of errors. Appreciate you guys here on this Friday. Have a great day.